to all of our subscribers. My name is Jeffy and this is my best friend, Android the Chihuahua. If you're new here, please consider subscribing before you leave. So today we're going to be sharing with you guys a really simple way to make silicone molds. This technique is especially useful if you do anything from candles to soap making all the way to resin. And just as an example, I'm going to be making our little mold into a resin charm. The first thing you're going to need is some silicone that does not dry quickly. There is some kind of super quick drying one, avoid that one. And then of course we're going to need a handy little gun. The next thing you're going to want is something you can throw away, so a plastic cup works really well for this. And you're just going to put in about as much silicone as you think you'll need for your molds. I'm going to go ahead and put on our gloves now. You're going to need gloves in a couple steps. It doesn't hurt to put them on early. I also removed my Chihuahua because I realized the smell of this is probably not good to have him around, so I excused him back to the sofa. Do this in a well-ventilated room. So next we're just going to put in a couple drops of food coloring. This step isn't technically necessary, but it's nice just so that your molds end up kind of color-coded and they're easier to sort through. And we're just going to give that a nice stir. And then we're going to pour a bunch of cornstarch onto a plate. And then we're just going to plop our mixture onto the cornstarch. It's a very nice purple color. So once we have it in our cornstarch, we're just going to make sure it's really well coated, and then we're going to kind of pick it up and start smushing it together in our hands. And at first our mixture is going to be really sticky. As it starts to get better mixed in, we're going to keep dropping it in the cornstarch to add more. So after about 10 minutes of playing with our dough, it should start to become kind of Play-Doh-y and a lot less sticky. You're going to want to keep adding cornstarch until it's not sticking to your gloves anymore. It's amazing how far this ball has come. It was so ridiculously sticky when we started. I actually switched gloves in the middle. I ripped a little bit of a hole in one of them trying to scoot it up with my teeth. Now that this is pretty much done though, it's really not sticking to my gloves. It's moving kind of like a tough Play-Doh. And I think we're just about ready to shape this. So I'm going to roll it into one tough ball. Here is a little sea turtle I got at the dollar store. We're just going to push him in and make sure that our mixture is really well situated around him. We're just going to let this dry for about an hour, and when we come back, we'll be all ready to reveal our mold. Alright, so this has been sitting here for a little bit over an hour now, and it's really pretty hard. I can tell it's done because when I push my nail in on the bottom, there's really like a small indent and then it undoes itself, which is really cool. So now we're just going to pop out our little dude. That came out super easy. And this looks really good. It's very, very detailed. Now just to show you guys how well this little mold is going to work, I have some UV resin here, and I'm just going to fill this guy up with some glitter under our black light and then unmold it so you guys can really see the details we get from this. Oh, it came out so perfect. I was a little nervous for a second because I like to use some really thick glitter. But wow, that looks amazing. So now I'm just going to attach a small metal piece to the back of this so it can become a pendant. And just for comparison, that is our mold. And this little guy was our original. I would say our mold worked pretty perfectly. I'm really impressed with all of the fine details that we got. You can even kind of see his eyeballs. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.